Okay. Weird. Can you hear me and all that? Everything seem all right? Don't know what happened there. Yeah, weird. It's like OBS just disconnected. My internet went down, I think, for like 10 seconds because Twitch was also not really doing anything. But Google loaded okay, so maybe it was Twitch. I don't know. Whatever. Seems to be okay now. So yeah, it seems like I do have to manually enable and disable those studio listeners, which is quite vexing. That means that I need to have a better system for retrieving the UI's audio listener, which is really, 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 really gross. Okay. Um, well, um, at the very least, it's good that I did this enable listener thing because I need their indexes to be correct, which sucks. God, that's really annoying. Okay. So essentially, what that means is that whenever I disable a like an audio listener, an Fmod audio listener, I need to also call this enable listener function on it, and then I need to re-enable anything that's using the same uh, index. Otherwise, it will freak out, which is terrible. So cool. That means that I need to go over to here, and this is really going to throw a wrench in things for me. Menu camera, because I'm willing to bet this was not. Yep, 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 yep. Cool. So if I go over here to the castle, what I was doing was just straight up turning game objects on or off. So we go over here to menu cameras. We were just turning these cameras on or off. That means I probably am going to have to make this a script that has a reference to the audio listener so that it doesn't get gross. Um, which I guess I have menu camera here, so that's something at least. So let's go ahead and open this up. Let's go ahead and say public mod audio listener mod listener. Say tooltip fmod audio listener. I don't. That's a terrible tooltip. Okay. And all we're going to do here is probably say, well, that's fine. We can make this an SMS mode behavior too. Come up to here. We're going to say using sleepyl.common. Okay. So what that means is that I need to go to my level manager. Go to definition. I have to change these. So instead of camera, this is going to be menu camera. Menu camera. Let's go ahead and say find all references. Game object, that's all fine. Randomly grabbing all of this, that's all fine. Okay. So what we need to do there is we have to change this a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and say menu cameras I dot fmod listener dot enable listener false. Okay, I don't know why that was the case. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm also going to go ahead and say if is active does not equal enable. Oops, stop that. Enable. Stop it. And that way I'm not going to be sort of doing operations that I don't need to worry about. wrap that. Let's go ahead and copy this. Okay, let's come back down to here. We're going to do this. That's going to be true. And then we're going to have another else statement here. Paste that in there. Okay, set that to be true there. And let's go ahead and cool. So that's all of that. I am going to have to reassign those references because these were all referencing cameras. Now they're going to have to reference, well, menu cameras. Give that a second. While that's happening, I'm going to take a drink. So that's good to know. That fmod has to kind of be babysat a little bit. I say that so pejoratively. It's a little disappointing that it's not a more automated system, but I guess it is kind of what I expected, or what I should have expected. All right, so those references are now set up. Let's go ahead and jump over to our sewer level real quick. I'm only going to worry about the first two levels for now. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and grab that. We are going to grab this, sign that, make sure that everything is correct. Okay. Go ahead and save. Let's jump back to our splash fade. Excuse me. And here is where it kind of gets frustrating because my UI doesn't have a reference to this, and I really don't want to make one, which means that I probably need to override UI, which sucks. So I'm not going to worry about that for now. Let's go ahead and clear this. And I really don't want to deal with this. Give me a second here. We're going to go to splash delay. Let's go to UI camera. Yeah, cool. So we're just going to do this get component. Audio listener. So at the very least, enable listener true. So at the very least, I do have a line of code in place that I can use here. That's really not the best. Let's go ahead and go back down here to level manager. Just real quick. Disable menu camera. We're pretty much going to do the same thing here. Okay. And for this, for setup menu camera, we are going to do the opposite. We're going to go ahead and set this to be false, I guess. Okay, so this has a whole bunch of issues with that code. Like, it's not going to really effectively work if I quit out and go to the main menu again from quitting the game. That is really problematic. So there's a bunch of stuff that I have to deal with still. I just need to come up with a system for that that's not terrible. So let's go ahead and clear this out. If it actually will let me. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to hit play. Go back to console. So this should have correct error handling now, I think. Or rather, warning handling, I guess. So let's go ahead and go through here. Go through here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and say start. We're going to wait for this to finish. Okay, so we didn't have our warning show up again. It seem to be working as I would expect. Okay. So our fmod listener is going on. Cool. Alright. So that seems to be pretty much everything that I needed to do. But now I do need to come up with an actual system that's not just awful in terms of retrieving the UI's audio listener. And the reason that we have that, so if I quit, oh, interesting. Well, I wasn't expecting that. So we actually don't have an error or a warning pop up? That wasn't what I was expecting. How curious. Oh, no, that makes sense. Okay. False alarm. Actually, it will take care of itself. That is because I set the UI up to function again when I load into the level, and because the UI's index is not the same as the player's index, I don't have to turn it back on because it's fine for it to just be left on, essentially. Okay, cool. So that's that, I guess. um, yeah. Okay. Cool. That's sweet. So I don't have to worry about that then. Cool. Then I wonder if I could actually streamline this even further by, let's go to our fmod audio listener, and I'm going to go ahead and add a new field, serialized field, private bool, update position is equal to false. We're just going to say tooltip if true will update the listener's location every frame. Okay. And that means that I'm going to come down here and say if is active and update position. Okay. So only the player, I think, needs to update their position. Otherwise, we don't. I don't think we constantly need to be calling this set listener location just because it's not really doing anything, right? Like it's not moving. So I'm hoping that we can optimize that and we don't have to worry about it. Let's go ahead and go back to Unity once it's done compiling. The main thing there is it'll just be nice if I don't have to send update calls for every single fmod audio listener. Ideally, I will not have to do that. I don't know for sure if I can actually get away with that, but that would be nice. So let's go ahead and clear that. We're going to go to our hero object because this is the only one that moves. We're going to go to the main menu, main camera, audio listener. We're going to just check off update position. All right. I think that will pretty much do everything that we want then. So that's always exciting. I love getting rid of errors and warnings like that. Like that's one of my favorite things to do because it's usually pretty low hanging fruit. In this case, it wasn't exactly what I would call low hanging, but it wasn't really terribly hard. I think it was more just me figuring out how properly to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and say start. Let's go to. Okay, so we are still getting the sounds properly. Let's go ahead and go to continue. Backwards? No, it's upside down. Right. Okay. Okay. All right. So I think we have Fmod doing pretty much everything that I want. It's not throwing any errors anymore. And this error that we have here, that's something that I just have to live with because substances will always throw that apparently when you instantiate them, which is gross. Um, Although I guess I do need to optimize this level just a smidge. Anyway, so cool. We have that working. Let's go ahead and quit out again. I'm going to test the audio in the menu. Make sure that it's okay. So we're still hearing everything. Uh-oh. Wow, that's interesting. Well, well, well. Well, 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 that's interesting. Okay. So that's good to know. Um, let's make this definition. E- Okay. That is interesting. Um, okay. So this is, I believe, something that is a problem because of the static nature of it. Let's go ahead. So our problem is has effect. Target effects. Is this static? No, it's not static. But it is apparently. Okay, so I guess I'll do this and target dot effect does not equal null. That's an interesting bug. Okay. I think that will help us. Um, God, all this first or default. All the system.link. Okay, so that's a small weird bug. Well, not bug, oversight. Let's see if I fix that real quick. And if it's working after this, we'll probably call it a night, end on a high note. Having eliminated our fmod errors and warnings and fixed a bug or an oversight that I didn't even know existed. That's it's always a good feeling. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go to start. Let's go ahead and hit continue. This is also going to be interesting. Cool. Okay, making sure that works. Now let's just go ahead and quit. Here, start, options, display. Nice. Okay. So that's good. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's a good place to end for the night. Because I need to go to the bathroom. So announcements. Um, no real announcements for tonight. We should be back on Thursday night for our usual Devstream. Guessing that we're going to be doing some combat system related stuff on Thursday. Just because that's kind of like what I've been working on this week. And yeah, so it's good to be back and not be dying and getting back into the swing of things in terms of streaming. Um, Hopefully my chest and voice will go back to normal soonish, so that I don't have to stifle coughs so often, because that always makes it hard for me to stream and talk, which is why we're ending a little bit early tonight. Excuse me. Almost got it. Um, okay. Yeah, definitely ending it here. Starting to cough. So yeah, I should see everyone on Thursday. So, as always, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.